What's good, YouTube? Trizzy Gang in the hood. Trizzy Gang was good. Finally. Hey, man, we back for another crime, little horrific video. We got serial killer realizes police found his body collection. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The fact that these are real videos, this ain't like no script, this ain't like no movie. Like, bro, when you really sit there and think about it, bro, this is kind of crazy. Like, this is insane. Bro, body collection? Bro, he has more than, that means he has more than 3. I was about to say more than 2, more than 3. Bro, collection? Bro, 2 wouldn't be a collection. I'm just being real. It wouldn't. In my opinion, I know that sounds a little crazy. Hey, trust me, I ain't over here killing nobody. You feel me? First of all, cut Ty in the building, bro. Cut Ty in the building. How y'all feel about the cut, man? How y'all feel about it? Anyways, though, back to what I was saying, bro. A collection is absolutely diabolical. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. A collection is crazy. But we finna check it out. Shout out Dr. Insanity. Let's see what this thing talking about, man. Let's see, man. Roll the 10K. What happened, bro? No, I hate when this audio be doing this shit, bro. I hate it. I hate it so much. Bro, it's gonna come in, y'all.
Totally cooperating. Just relax. Not doing anything.
There we go. Come on.
Totally cooperating. Just relax. Not doing anything. Sir, I will be very cooperative. Let's try that, please.
I mean, you better.
That's not you on the 27th. Food Line parking lot, Traveler's Rest.
I don't think so.
Look, man. Where's that?
Whoa.
I don't know where it is.
Yes, you do.
It's not making sense. You're the last person to be in a vehicle you wiped out of a lady that's missing.
That sounds really up.
28 years ago, this man
28?
kidnapped a woman and was sentenced to 30 years in prison for it.
Wow.
3 decades later, 80-year-old Edna Suttles is spotted picking him up in a parking lot. This would be the last time Edna was ever seen alive. Days later, detectives traced Edna's...
Hold on. Run that right back. Run it back, bro. Run it back.
28 years ago,
28
this
years ago?
man kidnapped a woman and was sentenced to 30 years in prison.
He kidnapped a woman and he was only sentenced to 30 years. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. If you kidnap a human being, bro, you need life in prison. It's that simple, bro. No regular humane person is doing that. And I understand people could change, but I'm sorry, bro. Once you make that decision, you need to do that time for life, bro. That's why we have so many people out on the streets like this, bro. Because y'all think they changed. I'm sorry, bro. Once you make that crime, bro, you doing the rest of that time. You feel me? That's how it should be, bro. Trust me, bro. If I was president, bro, a lot of y'all motherfuckers would hate me, bro. I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all would hate me. I probably would be assassinated. I'm just being real. Because the type of laws I would have, bro, y'all would not like me, bro. I'm just being real.
Prison for it. 3 decades later, 80-year-old Edna Suttles is spotted picking him up in a parking lot. This would be the last time Edna was ever seen alive.
Wow.
Days later, detectives traced Edna's movement and discovered CCTV footage of the same man driving her car.
Crazy.
She's missing right now.
Yes, Dan, where is Edna?
I don't have a clue.
But that's when police found out Edna wasn't the only victim.
Oh, my God. Oh, we in for one.
If you tell them to turn that off, I'll talk to you a little more freely.
What? It don't work like that, buddy. It just doesn't work like that.
Sometime around 9 a.m. on August 27th, 80-year-old Edna leaves her home in Traveler's Rest to look after a friend. Hours later, 911 dispatchers receive a concerning call.
Greenville County 911, what's your emergency? A fitter was supposed to show up to be with my mom today. Her name is Edna Suttle, and she didn't show up. This is not like her. She shows up like clockwork. So something's wrong.
But this call was only the beginning of a long chain of mysteries. As officers arrived at Edna Suttle's home for a welfare check based on these reports, they received no response. There were no signs of a break-in, and Edna was nowhere to be seen. However, when police asked Edna's son, he pointed out that $50,000 worth of jewelry was missing from the home. More importantly, though, her car was missing too. If the cops could find that, they might be able to figure out where she had gone. This meant that finding Edna's vehicle would be the most instrumental step in this investigation, as it would give a clue about her last known whereabouts. Immediately, a hunt for Edna's car began, and 6 days later, it was found abandoned in the parking lot of a hotel in Traveler's Rest. This was odd, as Edna lived close by and didn't need to stay at a hotel. A check with the staff also revealed that no one under the name of Edna was staying there. So So to get to the bottom of this mystery, the cops decided to try and trace back Edna's movement using CCTV cameras starting from her home. At 9:30 a.m., a camera at a nearby pawn shop captures Edna leaving her home and driving towards a local Food Lion grocery store. 9 minutes later, Edna arrives at the store to pick something up. A man approaches the vehicle with 2 bags in his hand and sits alongside Edna, who then drives off back to her home. 4 hours later, at 1:43 p.m., Edna's car leaves her home again and arrives at the same Food Lion once more. But this time, the person exiting the driver's seat isn't Edna at all. It's the same old white man she picked up earlier, who immediately moves to his car and parks it next to Edna's. He then drags something out of her car, placing it into his. Initially, it was difficult to identify what the man moved from the Jeep to the Chevrolet, but after a frame-by-frame analysis, it wasn't a question of what was moved, but who. Because in a chilling discovery, officers would realize the footage showed the unmistakable golden hair of Edna Suttles. 4 minutes later, at 1:47 p.m., the man drives Edna's car into the hotel's parking lot and parks it in the same spot that the detectives found the vehicle in. He exits and begins wiping down the door and seats, trying to get rid of any evidence of his presence.
Crazy.
By 2:14 p.m., the man returns to his vehicle at Food Lion and drives off, marking the last that was seen of Edna and the man. The most crucial part of this investigation is to now figure out who exactly the man in the video is. But due to the grainy footage and his distance from most cameras, this proved to be difficult, and the investigation seemed like it would come to a standstill. But detectives had an idea. Since the man exited the store with bags in his hand, a purchase was made, and this realization would be the most crucial breakthrough in the case. Immediately, officers began retrieving footage from inside the store, and when they reviewed it, they came to a harrowing realization. This was Daniel Prince, a man who only 24 years prior to this got put in a federal prison for kidnapping. 24 years prior to this incident, in 1997, Daniel was responsible for the kidnapping of a woman in Michigan. He had her tied up, shackled her hands, and it was by sheer luck that she managed to free herself before escaping, even though he was sentenced to a maximum.
Literally sounds like a whole movie. Literally sounds like a whole movie. This man was out here committing some like crazy crimes, bro. Doing some crazy ish, bro, tying them up like that. Like, bro, who do you think you is, bro? Like, oh my gosh, man, this nigga like this, bro, like.
Of 30 years for this crime, he was released by 2009 on parole, but the worst was yet to come. Daniel began working as a handyman for predominantly elderly single ladies, a demographic that not only matched his previous victim, but also that of Edna's. For officers, the realization now begins to settle in. They have a kidnapper on the run, and there might be a chance that he has kept Edna alive. Not knowing where she is, they had to act fast before this glimmer of hope dimmed. Even with this disturbing past, detectives didn't have enough evidence to press strong charges for kidnapping or murder. However, they had established probable cause for grand larceny involving Edna's Jeep. A warrant to arrest Prince and search his property was granted, and officers were quickly dispatched to Prince's residence to take him into custody.
Totally cooperating, just relax. Not doing anything. Stand up on your feet.
Bro, still staying at his own crib?
Yeah. Sir, I will be very cooperative.
Despite the number of heavily armed officers that just descended on Prince's property, he remained noticeably calm and composed, as if he had a plan.
When was this again? When was this? My man still got like an iPhone 5C. What the? Or iPhone 5S, bro? What the? Nigga still got a touchscreen. I mean, yeah, still got a home screen. What?
And to escape this predicament, the following footage was analyzed by our in-house criminal research specialist and retired detective to shed some light on key techniques and strategies used during the questioning. When he is brought into the interrogation room, the detectives start with a relaxed, friendly conversation, a tactic used to put suspects at ease. They don't want him to know they've caught him on camera just yet.
What do you do now?
I do a lot of home remodeling.
This shit don't even be working though. Ain't nobody
I got a customer base that has me doing.
Bro, you gotta think about it. As the murderer or as the criminal, bro, you know why you're there. They're not just like, especially when you've been doing things over time, like you know why you're there. You ain't just there for no reason. So he knows like there's something going on. So trying to like ease talking, bro, it don't help nothing. Ever being real.
Okay, so why Boston, North Carolina, come all the way down from, say, Michigan or Wisconsin?
Okay, here, this is real easy. I'm originally from the east side of the state of Michigan,
Okay.
but I was in prison in Michigan for a while, and when I paroled to the west side of the state.
Okay. What'd you get locked up for? Because you said you got paroled.
I was locked up for a kidnapping charge.
Okay.
And I did 13 and a half years for that.
Oh, wow.
I did 1.5 years for a false statement on a vehicle title. You know, when they're not sure if they're going to make something, they want something to hold you with. So the false statement, that's all that was.
All right.
The kidnapping, I was doing some bad shit that I shouldn't have been doing.
Fair enough.
But I shouldn't have gotten kidnapping. But I was doing some bad shit.
What kind of shit? What should have you gotten?
I really don't want to say.
We're just bullshitting.
No,
We're just bullshitting.
nothing when you're talking to two police detectives in a room. It's just bullshit. Okay, I've been through the system enough to know that.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say about that is I did my time. I made my first
Fair
parole,
enough.
and I haven't been in trouble since.
Hey, and that's great to know. You know, a lot of people, especially being what you've been through, they come out and they go right back to it.
Just because he's a convicted criminal doesn't mean he's involved in Edna's disappearance, but the evidence the detectives have paints a different picture altogether from the hard-working, reformed criminal he claimed to be.
Look at this.
I told you that August 27th, 2021 of this year.
What day of the week was that?
Oh, it was a Friday.
Okay.
Okay, so specifically the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
What, 2 weeks ago? Do you remember where you were at?
Not specifically.
Where do you think you were at?
I've been going all over the place. I've been back and forth to Charlotte. I've been down to South Carolina.
Like, where's your jobs in South Carolina taking you?
Actually, I was down to Traveler's Rest, but I don't know if it was Friday or Thursday. I know I'd been there earlier that week.
But you don't remember which day specifically?
No, it was either Thursday or Friday.
What kind of job were you working on?
I wasn't.
You wasn't?
I wasn't. This lady had talked to me several times. I'd been down to her house 2 or 3 times. We kind of got to be friends. This woman has so many damn problems, mostly her daughter. She would call me and have me come down there.
Okay.
She said she needed to have money
stop
at one
yapping,
point in
bro.
time to help her daughter
We
because
know
her daughter
you
was in
didn't.
jail. Then she needed money another time because she was hiring a private investigator because her son-in-law she talked to me all kinds of stuff about it. We got to be pretty good friends about stuff like
Okay.
that.
How'd you meet her initially?
Years ago,
Okay.
it was somebody giving me her name or number or my name and number.
Here, the detectives
Bro,
are
boring
analyzing
me
his
out.
behavior
Just talking
and
about
allowing Prince
nothing.
to dig a hole for himself that he's going to struggle to escape from. When they reveal they know the truth, he's going to try and deny his guilt, even when the evidence speaks for itself.
Which is
What you're
crazy.
telling us is that's not you on the 27th?
Look at
Food
him.
line parking lot, Traveler's Rest?
Same shoes on, same socks on, goofy
That's
ass.
not you.
That's me. Where's that?
Food line, August 27th, 2021, 9:23,
Okay.
32 seconds. Ringing a bell?
Yep. Yeah, I went down to Food Alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you doing down there that day?
She wanted me to look at some stuff at her house,
Okay.
and she picked me up. At
Like,
Food
bro,
Alliance
so
because
he
she
can't
wanted-
even come up with a lie on time, bro. He's like examining the photos and coming up with the lie as he's examining the photos. Like, bro, you don't even look like you telling the truth, bro. Like, if I didn't even have evidence of the picture and I heard you talking, bro, I know you capping, bro. I can just tell when motherfuckers is lying, bro. When you don't speak with confidence, you're lying. When you don't speak with confidence, you're lying. Especially when I ask you something that happened and you don't speak with confidence, bro. Bro, because you can't act like you don't remember, bro, and let alone he's showing you pictures. How you not know what happened, like, vividly? Why you gotta look at the pictures to remember what was going on that day? Come on, bro. Come on, I don't care how old you is. Nigga, you able to kill? You should be able to remember.
with her when she was
Look at him.
gonna go meet some guy for private
Look at
investigation.
him.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
tell us
Yeah, they
about
just
that.
letting him dig a hole.
She wanted me to meet her down there.
Okay.
She was nervous because she says, I'm not sure I trust this guy. And she knows I've been in the military. And she said,
That kinda
"Will
sounded
you
crazy.
meet-" She
I ain't gonna
wanted
lie.
me to see if this guy was going to meet her where he was supposed to meet her.
Do you know where?
There was hotel lobby that he had finally said, meet me at the hotel.
Okay.
She says, drive up there and see if he's there. And I drove up there, and things are starting to sound really squirrely to me.
This is a common deflective behavior. Prince is not only trying to deflect suspicion away from himself, he's trying to point suspicion directly at someone else. In this case, the private investigator. According to Prince, Edna wanted to meet the private investigator the day before she was reported missing, even though she didn't feel safe meeting him alone. Luckily, detectives have seen the whole thing on camera, and it completely contradicts everything Prince is saying.
What were you driving?
I was driving a blue car.
Your wife's car or your car?
My wife's car.
So that's y'all coming down 25, you and her together?
It could be.
Okay, because that's her car. That's about 1345 on the 27th.
Okay.
So you're with her there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
I guess. No, bro, you were.
That could be
Yeah,
your
it's a different angle. I mean, we've watched this car, right?
Okay.
Here's y'all in the hotel parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah? Oh, look. There's y'all backing in.
Yeah.
And a couple of different copies of it. Backing in.
Yeah.
Oh, look. You get out. Nobody else gets out.
I told you that.
You're walking around the car.
Yeah.
You wipe the entire car down.
Because I was worried.
You were worried. There's you walking across the parking lot in front of Little Caesars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's you getting back into your car and driving away.
Oh, she's with me.
Look, man, you are a good dude. I honestly do believe that.
No, you don't.
You screwed up years and years ago.
Prince seems visibly stunned by the amount of photographic evidence the detective is showing him, and even though it can't be refuted, Prince is going to try and lie his way out of it. But that's not the only evidence detectives manage to find along the way, as there's mud on the wheels of Prince's car, leading detectives to believe he drove off-road to either kill Edna or to dump her body. And this is when we arrive at the pivotal moment where Prince's story starts to fall.
Not that it would even matter, you know what I'm saying? Not that it would change anything, but like, bro, what did you, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the story with that?
You're not a bad guy, right? Nobody is saying that you're some evil, twisted dude.
I am.
Okay?
I am.
We need to know where it is. We've processed the car. We found the dirt. Where did you go off-road? Where did you leave?
Oh, I can tell you exactly where she and I had gone off-road.
Please.
When we were going from 25 south, there was, off to the right, there was a truck with a trailer and another vehicle there that had a for sale sign on it. And it looked like an older truck. And I needed a work truck. And I went ahead.
And I need a work truck. And I need a work truck. Shut up. Bro, tell us where she is.
And then we pulled out. And it was right there on 25.
Even in the face of such overwhelming evidence, Prince still denies any wrongdoing and even tries to take control of the situation. But detectives have him cornered, and he's quickly starting to struggle to maintain his composure.
Where's right now? Her family is desperately looking for her.
She's missing right now.
Yes, Dan, where is it?
I have a clue. I dropped her off at her house.
Dan, please listen. You did not drop her off at her house. We have followed that car the entire day up and down 25. There's a number of minutes that are unaccounted for that are not by her house.
Which car? Mine or hers?
Dan, stop playing games. You know
Okay, I can help you here.
Okay.
You gotta give me a second. You gotta let me answer the questions when they're asked. When
nigga,
dropped her vehicle off, looking for the guy, she said she wanted me to take her and drive around in my vehicle. So I left her vehicle. I went down to Food Lion, and she was in my vehicle with me. And I dropped her off at home.
Dan, we watched the video. She is not.
The car sits there.
It sits there, man.
No, not in her car.
Never.
My car.
We watched
I
you
dropped
go
her off
back to
in my
Food
car.
Lion. You did not drop anyone off, man.
I picked her back up. She sat in my car at Food Lion, and I went back and got her.
No, you did not.
the detectives are beginning to apply more pressure.
Man, I would be getting so mad at him, bro.
Everything he's telling them is a lie, but he
Literally.
continues to stay on the defense, even trying to brush off
Now
the
we
fact
saw
that
Buddy's
he
whole
might have
password.
destroyed potential evidence.
I don't know where Edna is.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Damn.
Let's go back to why you wiped the car down. What you said you were worried about what?
The only thing I did was because I knew I'd been in and out of her car all the time with her. I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm going to just leave this thing here because she's got somebody that's after her.
Prince tries to deflect suspicion again by suggesting Edna may have been in some kind of danger, but he doesn't realize just how prepared these detectives are.
Who would be after
Who's
her?
after her?
That guy with the truck, she said she didn't trust him.
The PI?
Yeah, so somebody she hired as a PI.
His story's totally different. He's been doing work for her. I mean, on the son-in-law thing. I mean, we've interviewed. I mean, he had no, he didn't meet with her today. So that's
Right, that's why I said she hired another PI. I'm sure you're recording this.
it's not making sense. I mean, you're the last person to be in a vehicle you wiped out of a lady that's missing.
That sounds really fucked up.
It does. That's why we're here.
I've been real honest with you guys. I told you what was going on.
The detectives managed to get Prince to admit he was with Edna on the day she disappeared. While Prince tried to convince them he was helping her meet a suspicious private
Crazy.
investigator, they know it's a desperate attempt to deflect suspicion and distance himself from the crime. Prince insisted he dropped Edna off at her home, safe and well, but the detectives established that he was the last person to see her alive, and because of this interrogation, they locked him into a lie that would eventually lead to a
Damn, they
shocking
trapped Buddy!
confession.
They trapped Buddy!
Detectives search Prince's property. They find several automatic weapons. Because of his previous convictions, he's forbidden from owning any firearms. That means he could be facing a federal charge and be detained for even longer. While he's detained, they continue to search his land and find one of the most crucial pieces of evidence yet, a yogurt cup. This is the yogurt he bought shortly before Edna disappeared, and it's laced with a cocktail of drugs. Lorazepam, tramadol, and cyclobenzaprine can cause central nervous system depression when they're combined. When this happens, the body's neurological functions slow down. In other
Oh,
words,
you're
under
tripping.
sedation, exactly as Edna was in the parking lot when she was seen.
Bro is such a demon. Holy crap, bro. No, bro.
In Prince's car. After feeding her the laced yogurt, there's nothing Edna can do to stop him, and she's led away to her death at the hands of this sadistic killer. Prince begins to realize he's cornered and has nowhere to run, so they bring him back in for more questioning, where he makes a full confession as he admits to 3 more murders, including those of Lee Goodman,
Wow.
Dolores Sellers, and her daughter, Nancy Rigo. The
Wow.
first victim was Dolores. Daniel had euthanized Dolores Sellers at the request of her daughter, Nancy Rigo. However, Nancy began to have second thoughts and wanted to contact the police, putting her directly in the crosshairs of Daniel Prince, a mentally disturbed serial killer. Nancy Rigo was now his second victim. Even worse is the fact that for several years, Daniel began receiving Nancy's social security checks because she had given him her power of attorney. Moreover, the search of Daniel's property would also reveal several of Nancy's documents. Since 2017, after her murder,
Jeez.
Daniel pretended to be Nancy by sending her family emails and messages in an attempt to prevent them from thinking that she was dead. Daniel's third victim was...
Bro, this is some genuine movie shit. Bro, this is some real life movie shit. Bro, how did he get away with that? And what, like, bro, first of all, with Nancy, like, where was the, bro, what?
Goodman, who allegedly attempted to rob him, according to Daniel. Much like Nancy and Edna, her body was disposed of in some desolate area. And finally, Daniel's fourth and
victims,
final
bro.
victim was Edna Suttles,
4
whose
bodies.
body would be found 1 year later on May 16th, 2022, in a grave close to Daniel's home in Rutherford County. Although
Crazy.
decomposed, officers were able to positively identify it as Edna and return the body to her loved ones. But even in the face of his crimes, he would never let go of his chance to leverage as much information as he could.
There was quite a lot
Wow.
of stuff found in your bee house. there could be a million explanations for some of that stuff, and I don't want to jump to conclusions. And if there's something that happened that you didn't intend to happen, let's talk about it.
There are things that have to happen, and there are things that are going to happen. And I'm a realist, and I have...
Shut your... No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop. Don't ever give yourself that title.
I would like a little bit of control in how they happen. If you tell them to turn that off, I will talk to you a little more freely.
Doesn't work
When they
like
turn the
that.
cameras off, Prince makes a final attempt to take control and influence the outcome in his favor.
Bro,
Daniel
what?
Prince avoided a trial by making a deal with authorities. He would tell them about the location of Edna's body, and in turn, his case would go federal because of the better living conditions in federal prisons. Not only that, but he would also avoid the death penalty and instead receive a life sentence. One would think that the detectives were naive to turn off their cameras and not record Daniel's confession, but unbeknownst to Prince, the investigators keep the backup audio recording running after shutting down the camera. This is the chilling confession he made.
Okay, let's put it this way. A person I was very good friends with wanted to do something to put someone basically out of their misery that was very closely related to them. That's one body. That person started having an extreme amount of guilt over this and decided they were going to go tell what had happened. That's the second body. There's a third body that I did not kill, and I knew that they'd be getting Social Security disability for the rest of their life. So I got rid of said bodies, for example, so that I could continue to use the car.
By any chance, while he's getting all this squared away, can you just help me get that closure for Edna's family?
Not until I have this. I clam up like a clam if this doesn't go federal for everything.
What? Bro. Justice for all of the victims. I'm a Christian, y'all. I believe in God. I believe in the man above. And we do not wish death upon nobody. And only one person can take somebody's life in our eyes. You know what I'm saying? And it's not one of us. It's only God. But this man should have got the death penalty straight up.